In this lecture video, we can learn about orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. So orthogonal frequency division multiplexing can be used to minimize interference in wireless communication. And already we know that there are certain methods to minimize interference in communication. That is by providing equalizer. So equalizer we use in communication receivers in order to minimize the interference. In that way, much more advantageous concept of multiplexing scheme we have, that is orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. So here it is a frequency division multiplexing method which can be used as a digital multi-carrier modulation. So here large number of closely spaced subcarriers are actually used to carry the data. So because of this we can able to send more number of data in a parallel stream, and each subcarrier is modulated with a modulation scheme can be like QAM or PSK at low symbol rate. So with a low symbol rate we can able to send more data. So that is one of the advantage we have with the OFDM. Then coming to the applications, mostly in the digital video and audio broadcasting, there we can use it. Then wireless networking with regard to WiMAX, and also it is supporting 4G and LTE. LTE means we know long-term evolution. So in those areas we normally utilize orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. Then here we have a OFDM, that is a waveform. So from this waveform we can able to understand the concept of the OFDM. So here what happens is, as we can see, 4 frequency bands are available. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One in pink color, one in green color, one in blue color, one is violet. So these all will be now set together. So since the signals are maintaining orthogonality, it will prevent interference. So here no need for any guard bands. We doesn't need any guard bands in between these frequency channels. So these all look like overlapping, but here what is the main feature is, with OFDM concept we need to know that in the maximum peak point of green color pulse, at that time we can see now the remaining all adjacent frequency bands are, that level is 0. The same way when you look on this to this blue color, here it is the peak point level maximum, and at the duration the all other neighboring bands are at null position. So thus there is no chance for having any kind of interference. So but in the normal FDM we need to know that all the individual frequency channels will be separated by a particular space with guard bands. So everywhere we need a guard band in between these all frequency channels. So now but in the FDM what is the main thing is, these all will be combined. So that will be overlapped, seems like overlapped. So thus we can able to save the bandwidth. So bandwidth will be saved. So with a low usage of the bandwidth we can able to send more data. So there is a another important feature of orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. So since orthogonality is maintained, there is no chance for any interference. So here another thing is, why FDM? What is the need for this? So it can easily adapt to several severe channel situations. So without the need for any kind of specialized equalization techniques. And also it is robust against narrowband co-channel interference. So it is more having the ability to withstand this kind of intersymbol interference caused by fading or multipath propagation. Then it can able to provide high efficiency. There is high spectrum efficiency when compared to normal modulation schemes. Then efficiently we can able to implement with fast Fourier transform, and then low sensitivity to synchronization errors. So that's why we go for this OFDM. And another thing is the information which we need to transmit. So that is now spread over a large number of carriers. So here carriers means subcarriers, and each carrier modulated at a low rate, and the carriers are orthogonal to each other. So since the orthogonality is maintained, we can definitely say there is no chance for any kind of interference. And so how this is happening is dividing the total available spectral bandwidth, that into subcarriers. So with the multiple number of subcarriers we can able to transmit. So combining a large number of low data rate carriers to construct a high data rate communication system. So that is possible with the OFDM. So from this diagram you can able to know how the signal will be transmitted. That is our information. So the binary sequence of the data, so that will be sampled and that will be made into serial to parallel form, and it will be passed on to the inverse fast Fourier transform. So in the digital format we go for this. So this enable symbols with less error, and the symbol level will be correctly able to fix up with proper modulation, and wherever needed we will provide instead of guard bands, what we do is we will go for cyclic prefixing. So prefixing the same data bits in at front. Okay, for example, if you are having a data as 1011, so the next bit data, that is the last bit data in the first sequence bit stream, will be added in the first level. So this will prevent further any kind of adjacent channel interference. Even if interference occurs, then the actual data bits won't be getting corrupted. That is why we are going for cyclic prefix. So again it is converted into serial format, and now it is ready to transmit. That is digital to analog, and it is getting filtered, and we will make our information. Then in the demodulator, the receiving side, what we do, we use the filters to filter out the unwanted components observed with high frequency, and we will extract the major information content, pass it to the further section in the demodulator in order to prevent the cyclic prefix which we put on to minimize errors and interference. Then we go for with fast Fourier transform, just inverse of opposite to inverse fast Fourier transform. Then it will be given to the equalizer section, and the original data, the same data which we have transmitted from the sender side, now has been received in the receiver. So that is a working principle with the OFDM. So whatever may be the bit stream at which we are sending, so that can be received here without interference and without errors. So the main features of OFDM is symbols are modulated into orthogonal subcarriers, and modulation is done by using IIFFT, inverse fast Fourier transform. Orthogonality is maintained during the channel transmission time, and by adding the cyclic prefix and synchronization. So cyclic prefix can be used to detect the start of each frame. Demodulation of the received signal by using FFT. Channel equalization, so by using a training sequence or by sending pilot symbols, we can able to retrieve back the original sequence of the bit stream and getting decoded. So some few issues with the OFDM is intercarrier interference between the subcarriers may be possible at the least. Then peak to average power ratio, sensitivity to Doppler effect. Then some distortion will be there, since the media is in wireless, very sensitive to frequency errors and sensitive to carrier frequency offset. So coming to say about few advantages, immunity to selective fading. So Normally we know that multipath propagation, so which causes due to fading, then Doppler spread will be there, then delay will be there, time varying components will be there. So these are all things we need to minimize. So here the OFDM concept provide more immunity for these fading problems, and it divides the overall channel into multiple narrowband signals that are affected individually as flat fading subchannels, so that coherence time will be maintained. Then resilience to interference. So interference appearing on a channel may be bandwidth limited, and in this way will not affect all the subchannels. So here the meaning for the word resilient to, that means capable to withstand this kind of changes in the phase of the signal happening due to the environment. So spectrum efficiency. So here we are making the subcarriers very close, and which is considered as a significant advantage of the OFDM, and which makes efficient way of spectrum usage. So these were the main advantage we can say from the technology of orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. So that's all in this class.